switch gears real quick. We only have about 6 minutes left. I want to talk about the Ross Ulbricht, not so much legal defense fund, but legal defense. And I've gotten the sense from some people that they're hesitant to participate in the fundraiser because they are a bit skeptical of the defense that was preferred by his lawyer, whose name escapes me at the moment. Dratel, yes. Cody, do you have anything to comment on that?
Okay, I'll say it this way, and I was not briefed on this before I came in the studio tonight. Ross's family has not talked to me about this at all. I didn't know this was even a controversy. But if you have the full weight of the federal government dropped on you, like this family and this guy has, doing something that you probably do all the time, which is like more stupid than what Ross was doing, running drugs or whatever it is that you do out there, and you're criticizing this, just remember, before it happens to you, me telling you, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to find a lawyer. Why should I say it? Maybe I'll say it a different way. Of all the available people and capable criminal attorneys of any reputation at all who could have helped Ross, only a very small subsection of those people are even willing to entertain the idea of helping him.
That's a good point.
Dratel promised a strong and the strongest defense he could possibly give, and the man has a reputation. Now, you might be upset with the result. I think all of us are a little bit upset with just the complete ramrodding that happened. But at least Dratel did a yeoman's job and preserved all the issues for the appeal. We can't help that the judges and everyone made it a huge disaster. He thought there would be procedural protections involved that weren't. Now, we're all cynical and suspicious of the government and its procedural protections and the government's courts. No one wants to throw away their money. But if this is the game that Ross was submitted to against his will, this is still the very best guy that can get him out of it on appeal.
Absolutely. I was kind of bringing that up a little rhetorically. I mean, I definitely have heard people express that concern, and and I can understand the concern. But like you said, you can't blame Dratel or anyone on the team for the outcome.
I've gotten negative comments.
You're up there in Nashville, they bust in your door, and you're in the clink or whatever, and you come out. You think you're going to get somebody of the quality of Josh Dratel? Not going to happen. And beggars don't get to be choosers. I'm sorry. That's not me saying, hey, shut up, you don't get to criticize. Obviously, there's room for criticism here. But it is unrealistic to think that we could have got a better guy.
Absolutely.
And believe me, being a part of some of these conversations, this guy was at least willing to hear it out. Remember how a lot of people in our movement fled. People in the liberty movement specifically fled when we caught Ross. It was extremely lucky for us to get Dratel, and we need to do everything we can to support his efforts.
I know for sure that they knew ahead of time about the cops stealing the Bitcoin and all that, because they were researching that stuff.
Right. And well, that's the thing, is you're right, because so much of it was already compromised against the defense against Ross.
I mean,
because
they had solid evidence they weren't allowed to present.
Yeah.
This guy's a professional. He expected that the judge would allow him to present a defense like he is allowed to present.
Like the law says? Like the law says he's allowed to?
He's got a winning record. He knows what he's doing. But, look, he just didn't understand the politics at play here. This lady, this judge, and other people involved are beholden to the most powerful Democrat in the country right now, Chuck Schumer. They're in the New York system, which is a system of deep graft and political
It's the worst one probably in the whole country.
In the New York system in the first place.
Preet Bharara, the prosecutor there, and his task force really wanted to make an example of cleaning up like large looming liberty figures in Bitcoin. So the fix was in for many, many years to bring this guy to New York and to show the people what was what. No one's going to be running black markets on the internet with Bitcoin. It was fixed when it began.
Absolutely. I agree. No, and and Dratel too, he previously defended people in Guantanamo, basically accused terrorists. And so if anyone had the experience and ability to defend Ross, it's him, because basically Ross has been treated as a terrorist and has been a political prisoner of the United States federal government, like many, if probably hundreds of likely innocent people in Guantanamo and elsewhere who are victims of, in their case, the war on terror, in Ross's case, the war on drugs. But what you kind of see is this slow convergence of the two. Right. And the irony is, of course, that the biggest perpetrator of terrorism is the United States federal government. And the biggest drug runner in the world is, guess who? The United States federal government.